Hey folks, welcome back to the Holy Comforter Episcopal Church YouTube Bible Study. I'm Jimmy Abbott, the priest here at Holy Comforter, and I have a few thoughts and reflections for you about the gospel for this upcoming Sunday, John chapter 13, verses 31 through 35. To set the context, Jesus has just washed the feet of his disciples at the Last Supper, and he sees Judas leave the group to go out into the night to betray Jesus to the authorities. We might say in that moment that Jesus is actually giving up his will to the Father and letting Judas go freely. Now, I want to focus in on the end of this passage. Jesus says, I give you a new commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Just as I have loved you, love one another, and by this the world will know you, that you are my followers, because you love one another. Boy, I cannot think of a more important thing for Christians to remember and to live by in this day and age. The world should not know us by our chest thumping, by our political ideologies, by when we think we are right, by how we condemn other people so easily. That's not how Jesus calls us to live. And when the world sees that, they do not see the love of Jesus. People should be able to look at our own personal lives, at the lives of our church, the lives of our families, and say, that love that they have for one another, in that I see the love of Jesus. I think that part of what's happening, and I've talked about this before, is that we are coming up on the end of the age of Christianity, and that we see all of this chest thumping, all the browbeating, all of this huffing and puffing by Christians who are threatened because we're losing our power, and we're worried. We're worried because the world will no longer know us by our power and by the fact that we hold positions of authority, which is so exciting to me, because we are going back to a time in which the world will have to know us by our love and the love that we have for one another. So, my friends, as you go about this week, I cannot say this strongly enough, that the commandment that Jesus gives us is to love one another, and by that love, the world ought to know who we are, that we are followers of Jesus. In a sense, then, we can put down so many of our own ideologies, our own proclivities. Let them walk out the door, just as Jesus saw Judas walk out the door, and let them go freely. And remember that really what truly binds us together is not the stuff that walked out the door, but it's the fact that you and I are called to love one another with the love that Jesus Christ has for each one of us. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to recommend to you, I've lost my book. Oh, here it is. It's holding up my computer. Readings in St. John's Gospel. If you're looking for a great commentary on the Gospel of John, get this by William Temple, former Archbishop of Canterbury, was that during World War II. The legend is that he wrote this commentary on his knees as a sign of devotion. So if you're looking for some good gems about the Gospel of John, look no further. Again, God bless. Thank you for joining me, and I'd love to hear from you.